Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of CoinNewsExtra Interview Session. It's a program where we invite innovators and stakeholders and enthusiasts in the blockchain fintech ecosystem to come talk about their experiences and the impact they are making in the blockchain and fintech ecosystem. So joining me today, I have an academia who is also into the blockchain space. I have Alejandra Pacheco Marin. Alejandra is a member Mexican Blockchain Professional Network. Alejandra, you're welcome to CoinNewsExtra.
Thank you. I'm very glad to be here.
It's our pleasure to have you. How is the weather over there in Mexico?
Well, it's kind of difficult right now, but I hope this will improve as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's our prayer. Things will get better. So we'll be looking at the land down the lane. So we want to know briefly how you got into the ecosystem, your experiences and everything. So seeing that we have just few ladies so in the blockchain space, it's mostly men dominated. So we want to know your experiences and also see how other ladies who will be watching this can see and learn from your experiences. So before we go straight to that, can we just have a brief about yourself and your background?
Yes, of course. Well, actually I'm a PhD student and also a college professor. So, well, I'm sharing my time with making some research in blockchain specifically. Well, I started with fintech topics, but actually, when I realized of the potential of the blockchain technology, I'm starting to deep into um, topics about financial inclusion in blockchain. So that's why I'm doing right now. And I'm also collaborating with some interesting blockchain projects here in Mexico.
Interesting now how you are in the academic sector and you found love in the blockchain space. We would like to know some of your stories in the blockchain space. Let's start with how you got into the blockchain space. What brought you into the blockchain space? How did you venture into this space?
Okay, so also I don't have a technical background, no, in my studies. I have a financial background. Then I started to, as I was saying, to get deep into this ecosystem. So it was very unexpected for me because I started making some research about fintech, and then in last year, I was invited to participate into the Avalanche project here for Latin America to start growing and educating people, no, in order to they know this technology. So I started making some content translation for the Spanish speaking community. So that has been the way I've learned more about this, and then it has been maybe destiny that has showed me, and that blockchain has many opportunities to growth, not just professionally, but personally, because I had also the opportunity to meet or to know fantastic people.
Interesting. You are in the blockchain and crypto space. You also have a background in the finance sector. So, being in this space, how has the experience been, and how have you been able to combine this with your academic activities?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that the crypto ecosystem is very challenging because you must be in the mood of learning, be open, to learn, and maybe sometimes to change your your thoughts, or maybe the ideas that of what you had. For example, in economics, now that I have a financial background, there was some things that you had to think just in that way. But now with a blockchain, you realize that maybe sometimes things are not that um, how they look to be, and you must start changing and moving fast, because also information, the quantity of information is astonishing, and you must start reading and making some strategies to learn by yourself. No, I think also that has been an opportunity, because also with the internet you have access to many information. So I think, or I could say that a blockchain, being in the blockchain ecosystem, is very challenging, is very cooperative also, no? Because you also start making some networks with people that you could not imagine, no? And I think that's very important.
That's very important. You said the ecosystem is challenging. We could understand because one need to, because it's still an emerging ecosystem. In the space, the blockchain and crypto space is still young, so you need to keep learning and relearning. So, having said this, that is challenging. So, how is the state of blockchain and cryptocurrency in Mexico, and what should be done to improve the current state?
Sure. Well, actually, there's an act called the FinTech Act that was first launched since 2018, and it considers at least some legal figures such as crowdfunding and sandbox, and also cryptocurrencies specifically. And actually, the law in or the law in Mexico is focused in regulating the use of crypto and exchanges with anti-money laundering purposes. So actually, the government has the position to concentrate or to focus on these kind of activities. And well, for the other part, because blockchain is not only crypto. Blockchain is a very, very wide ecosystem, and from that way, from the blockchain ecosystem, there are some networks like us, as the professional network in Mexico, that is trying to make some synergies with government, with universities, and also with private sector. Maybe I could say that there are some exciting projects that are already preparing to be launched, but actually, as I was saying, the main interest of the government is in regulating exchanges, and maybe this has attracted more the attention, but I'm very sure that when these big players, as PayPal and maybe our neighbor, the United States, start regulating more projects, I'm sure that Mexico will start. But well, we should wait until this happens. By now, we must just focus on exchange regulations, no?
Interesting to see. I know one of the challenges facing the crypto and blockchain space is uncertainty when it comes to regulations. Is almost the same everywhere, though there are some nations who are more friendlier when it comes to this ecosystem. So let's keep moving. We are almost coming to the end of this episode of Coin is Extra interview session. So, you are a lady in the blockchain and crypto space. They say that it's mostly dominated by men. And there are some discriminations that you have witnessed as a lady in this ecosystem, or have you missed any kind of opportunity because you are a lady? Or being a lady has it really paved the way for you?
Well, I could say so far that my experience in blockchain ecosystem, being a lady, has been well. I have no problems. No. On the contrary, I felt very comfortable because, well, actually, in the ecosystem in Mexico, there's a lot of cooperation, and there's a lot of profiles, not just engineering and maybe some lawyers, no, and some business people that are starting to participate, and that makes you feel comfortable. Well, I could say that my first project, as I was saying, Avalanche, I was invited by the men, no, and this man encourages the growth of ladies in this ecosystem. Recently, I've been nominated in the Avalanche Lady Contest, and well, I had the opportunity to participate with other two Latin American women, some African and some from Thailandia. And well, it is very inspiring because as a lady, you could say, no, I can maybe find some obstacles, no, because of lack of knowledge of technical skills. But at the same time, people are pushing you to keep going, and they say, you know, it doesn't matter if you don't have a technical background, you can cooperate with other abilities, and that has been a very nice experience.
Interesting. So you have been a professor in the a professional by profession. So you are in the ecosystem. What are your advice to ladies out there who are skeptical or who are this sideline, wanting to venture into the blockchain and crypto space?
Okay, yeah. I could say that you must dare yourself to go uh, as far as you could imagine, because it is possible. You just must start just learning. The curiosity is an important element to start learning and thinking out of the box. So I could say that here's an ecosystem here in Mexico and even over the world that we are able, or we are ready to help you. If you don't know anything about blockchain, don't worry. We can teach you, we can share experience, knowledge with you. So don't be afraid. You will be very supported. So that's what I could say.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us, Alejandra Pacheco Marin, for joining us today on CoinNewsExtra interview.
Thank you for the invitation.